So if you like a bit of pickling and you like small vehicles, we got some mods for you. Cue the music. So first up is Metal Shed. This is by Wexy, 4.26 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find him, as you can imagine, under sheds. That's going to cost you £9 to place down, and it's a shed. Let's face it, at the end of the day, I mean, you've got your open-ended, open-sided all the way around. I mean, you have got these sort of barriers. I mean, you can walk through the middle of them, I mean, if you're short enough. So, potentially, like a really low vehicle could potentially get through them. But bigger ones, yeah, you're going to need to use the end bits. All right, fair enough. Somewhere to keep the rain off your stuff. Next up is Old Church. This is by Cookson, 7.06 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under decorations. That's going to cost you £12.5 to place down, and as you can imagine, it's a decorative object, and it's a church. All right. I mean, I've got a little bit of a light flickering on the go. I mean, you can't go inside, as you can well imagine. You know, it's just a decorative object, but okay. I mean, if you want to fill out your map a little bit, and you're of the religiously minded, yeah, get one of these down. Right, next up is British and Canadian Potato Corn Chip Processing Plant. Man, that's a long name. This is by Mr. Dex, 12.22 megabyte on the download. And I will say, I had a little bit of a problem setting up with this. And it turns out that it's not actually the mod itself. Yeah, there's a game limit, particularly on console anyway, if you've got a certain amount of extra products. And I had various amounts of mods that had new stuff in, so I had to remove those from the game save, and we're all good, So if you are getting it coming up, it's like if you go into the production menu, it was coming up with nothing. Yeah, if you're getting that, you've got too many extra products, so no problem, just remove some, if you can. Right, fair enough. So, you're going to find these, as you can imagine, under production chains. So, we have got 4 in this pack. We've got the big Canadian factory, 360 grand. We've then got the small British factory, which is also 360 grand. You get a lot more building in Canada than you do in the UK. Well, to be fair, UK, ridiculously expensive to live. I don't know why I stay here, but alright, fair enough. You've then got some smaller versions. Obviously going to be 10 grand for the Canadian version, and then 10 grand for the British version. But obviously these two are going to produce the stuff a lot slower. Yeah, so just bear that in mind. Now, they're all going to work the same. You chuck your stuff into the loading in point. You've obviously got a pallet spawn point, and you've got your production chain menu. Now, the recipes are all going to be the same. I say all going to be the same. Obviously, these smaller versions are going to be lower speed. But apart from that, you're going to get all the same. So you can have cheese and onion corn chips, cheese and onion potato chips, salted corn chips, salted potato chips, spicy corn chips, spicy potato chips, tomato corn chips, and tomato potato chips. So all the inputs are going to be the same. You've got your cheese, your chili peppers, your corn, garlic, oil. Well, that's canola oil, potatoes, spring onions, and tomatoes. So obviously, basically, which one are you going to go for is going to use those inputs. So the tortillas, chips are going to use the corn, and the potatoes is going to be used in the standard, crisps. That's what they're called in the UK anyway, so fair enough. Now here's your pallets. So I've got some pallets already ready made. Can we lift them up? No, we can't. Obviously too heavy. Now the same sort of thing with the British one. You've got the same recipes. So you can do your corn chips, you can do your crisps, whichever ones you want to go for, fair enough. But the sheds, I like the sheds. So you got your loading in points, you got your pallet spawn point just there. But you can come to the doors, open up like that. So inside, you got your crisps. Alright, fair enough. So this is the British shed then. And if we go next door to the Canadian one, we'll open up this door. There we are. Inside there is going to be your potato chips. Yeah, okay, fair enough. So it's chips. That's saying that. Did that say chips as well? No, it didn't say crisps. Yeah, so the British one, as I thought, says crisps on the packaging, and then the Canadian one says chips. Oh, fair enough. To be fair, I am a fan of some crisps. I do quite like them. Ready salted Pringles, to be fair, is my favourite, but that'll do nicely. I mean, if you want a big building, if you want speedy ones, I'll probably say the British one's a little bit better because, got the same speed but less footprint. But if you want to go for, on the side job, go on a little sheds on the go. Right, next up is Modern Shed. This is by Modding Association Katsuo. 8.02 megabyte on the download, and as you can imagine, you're going to find it under sheds. Now, I say as you can imagine, because it's actually a bale and pallet storage, and you're going to hold 200 pieces. So, it's a silo and shed, sort of, at the same time. So, you've got your loading in point just there, you've got your taking out point just there. Obviously, it's empty at the minute. Fair enough, no problem. Although it's saying, open pallet shop. Interesting. I don't know whether that's carried over from something else we've been on the go, mind you. But all right, fair enough. There's a lot of strange things going on today, I must admit. You then got your door that opens up like that. And once you're inside, plenty of space. I mean, I do like the arches on this. It is nice indeed. Now, there is some customization options. So if you was to go into there and then get the building out, you have customized. So you can have a red roof, wooden facade without solar panels. You can have with solar panels. You can have a different colour roof. You can have solar panels again, and then a green wall. Yeah, you got some different options. And then you can also change the colour if you want to go down that route. Fair enough. No problem. Well, I like it. I mean, that reminds me of the, what was it? There was a great animal dealer on 22. Had these sort of arches on the outside. Oh, that looks ace. Right, next up, we've got 4 different sheds and across 3 different packs. Well, 3 different mods anyway. They're basically using the same building to do different things. So we're going to put them all together. So we've got the wooden shed by Fracasses Modding, the bulk vegetable storage by Fracasses Modding, and then the hay dryer down the end, as you can imagine, by Fracasses Modding. Now, you're going to find these, first off, the hay dryer is actually going to be under factories. Then come across to the bulk vegetable storage, which is actually going to be found under silos. We've got 2 different versions in there. So we've got one for doing your root crop, which is actually that one just there. And then we've got one for doing something a little different. So peas, beetroot, spinach, and green beans. All right, fair enough. Dedicated silo for those. And then on the end, we've got this one, which is obviously going to be found under sheds, as you could well imagine, because it's a shed. There's not much going on in that one. Now, to be fair, the buildings look all right. I mean, the wooden textures on it, concrete texture, it's looking good. Obviously, nice and open. I do like the arches underneath. They're looking all right, indeed. Then, obviously, you come over to the root crop storages. You've got your loading input at the front. Obviously, it chucks it all into there. Then you come around the back and you take your stuff out of the pipe. And you've got little signs as well, which is all right. So your parsnips, your carrots, you then got your sugar beet, and then your potatoes. Same sort of thing for the non-root crop one. You got your spinach, you got your green beans, your red beet, and then your peas as well. And obviously, you chuck all your stuff in at front on the various different bays. Then obviously the old hay dryer, chuck your stuff into there. Then got your option, turn it on. So your grass is going in. So you are going to lose a little bit of grass in the old drying stage. So 1,000 grass going in, 900 coming out. But okay, fair enough. So we'll come around here. A little bit of storage on the go potentially. Or you have got the old taking out point just there. But we have got this. Our little walkways. You see what's going on? I mean, obviously it's empty at the minute. So you chuck all your stuff in. I mean, ideally the grass would go into there, get dried out into hay, into that one, and then out and ready to go into your trailer. Alright, fair enough. And next up is Woodchips Processing Factory. This is by FFMT Storm NL. 4.03 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under production chains. So it's going to cost you 125 grand, and if you've got wood chips left over, yeah, you can now do some stuff with it. There is one interesting thing though. We've got, to be fair, it's not even turned on, it's already loud. Now, I know it's based on the base game, what is it, the sawmill, but man, it is loud. So we have got a loading in point here, but we haven't, because it doesn't actually work. The actual loading in point is between the buildings, just there. So you come over here like this. We're going to have to do this quick, because it's really, it's giving me a headache. We'll then click on that. You got your options. So Woodchips is the only product going in. It's going to hold 900,000 litres, which is all right. You can then make some boards, carton roll, paper roll, planks, and then wood beams. So it's a bit of a wood chip, wood MDF, whatever sort of thing. You know, the stuff that IKEA stuff is normally made out of. That sort of thing. And then obviously, you got your pallet spawn point just here. So with the liftable pallet mod on, obviously because it's a base product that's coming out, you can lift it up. Alright, I mean, you've got a load of wood chips left over. Yeah, bang it through this, make some money out of it. Next up is Pickle Production. This is by Capero. 6.74 megabyte on the download. To be fair, that sign there, salty and sour, that's just like my personality, but we'll carry on. Now, I will say this, Again, like the potato chip factory we already seen earlier on, I did have a problem because obviously it's adding extra products into the game. So if you are hitting that limit, you may want to remove something that you're potentially not using at the minute, and then everything's golden. Right, so you're going to find this, as you can imagine, under factories, 50 grand to place down, and obviously you're going to be pickling some stuff. Right, so you got your pallet spawn point just here. Now, can we lift these up? No, we can't. Too heavy. Fair enough. Loading in point is just there. Then we'll come round here. Actually, we'll go around this way. Why not? I mean, it's still loud going on anyway. I mean, it's not running, but all right, fair enough. So you can pickle. You can pickle your chilies, your lettuce, your olives, and your tomatoes. Now, obviously, you just chuck the stuff in, 100,000 litres on each, which is not bad at all. And obviously, you get your pickled version coming out. Now, to be fair, pickled vegetables, I would say it's a unique taste. One that I'm not into. And if I go to McDonald's, I'll take the old gherkins off my burger straight away. I just don't like them. But you can make some money out of them. Actually, let's have a little look, see how much you can make. So there we are. So we're making what? 1,800, 1,900 a pallet? 4,000? All right. Well, to be fair, lettuce has always had a good price anyway. So 4 grand for pickling those. 3 grand for your olives. And then two and a bit for your tomato. So, yeah, I would sell them off. I wouldn't eat them because, you know, stuff like that's minging. But, all right, carry on. Salty and sour it is. Well, next up is the dual wheeled washer. This is by Mantrid, 0.89 megabyte in the download. And you're going to find it under miscellaneous. This is awesome. I do like it. So this is going to cost you 4,400 to buy. It's got a 9 horsepower engine. I mean, obviously that's going to be used for pumping the water and you push it along yourself. So whether you're 9 horsepower, potentially. I mean, 8 mile an hour top speed of you pushing it, but all right, fair enough. Then got lighting, yes or no. It's got its own lights, all right, fair enough. Work lights, yes or no on the front. 3 points, so you can actually pick it up and hook it up to the back of your tractor, which is all right. Beacons, so you've got number 1 on the top, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, 6, 7. All right, how many beacons does a jet wash really need? We're up to 13, 15, 16. 16 beacons on a jet wash. Really? All right, fair enough. Then you got your main colour, which can be obviously any one of those. And you got your design colour. We'll go that bit. You're going to be doing those bits. And now, as the name would suggest, dual wielding jet wash. So come over like that. We're going to pick up the lances. Whoa! John Wick style. I mean, my old Black Beauty, it's filthy. It's absolutely caked in mud. So we'll just come over to it like that. And boom, it's done. It's done. And to be fair, is that done? I mean, the stairs look a little bit... Is that just rust? Do I need to get a new vehicle? Oh, no, it is getting rid of it. I mean, it got most of it away pretty quick. Look at that. It's like a double revolver in Grand Theft Auto or something. Oh, that's ace. And obviously, if you have gone and got the old 3-point attachment put on it, you can just... actually, you know what? We'll put it on the front. Make it a little bit easier. There we are. So we'll just go in like that. Hook it up. Then we can just take this wherever we want. Can I get in it? Can I get in it? Yes, we can. We can't do anything, mind you. Oh, we can put the light on. We can't... It is. The wheels are spinning, sort of. We start the engine. I've done that. I mean, it's now start the engine of the fence. But okay, fair enough. You can just get onto it. Somebody else driving along. You just hold on for dear life. But all right, fair enough. Right, next up is new Holland Weight. This is by Asbonker and CR82. 3.95 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, underweight. Now, it's going to start with a 430 kilo weightage to it. That's going to cost you 400. You can then change that up to 790, 1150, and then back to 430. So if you have got something that needs weighing down, I mean, an 1150 kilo, that's not too shabby. That's definitely going to keep most things on the ground. All right, fair enough. And next up is the Fliegl DKS22. This is by MW Meacher 3615. 4.65 megabyte on the download. I'm going to find it under miscellaneous. Now, it starts off as a bale trailer, so 2 bale capacity. Like potentially you could just stack them as many as high as you can get on there. But all right, fair enough. You do have the option. Well, I say the option. It mounts to a 3-point, but it's also going to mount to a front loader, which is not bad at all. 4,100 to buy. you can then change the options. You can go to a pack capacity, and I put my teeth in, of 2,200 litres, 3,100, and then 2,000 as a tanker, and then a forestry version, which is going to be holding logs, and then back to your platform trailer. Now, the capacity is an interesting one because you can carry milk as well. Actually, to be fair, you can carry all that sort of stuff. Pretty much everything base game, which is not bad at all, and some of the other mods I've already got installed as well. So you can carry pretty much everything, which is ace. Oh, I do like that. Very nice. Right, next up is the Lizard Back Bale Fork. This is by ETA Lemma Choice, 2.76 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under baling. Now, this is going to cost you $740 to buy. You do have the option of attachers, so it comes as standard as a 3-point. You're going to have a trailer hitch in the middle of it, which is where the bales would be, but all right, fair enough. And then back to standard. You can then change the main colour, which is obviously going to be the main colour. So obviously this is a back bale fork, goes on your 3 points. So potentially, if you wanted to move a trailer around with your tractor without having to detach this first, that's what it's for. All right, fair enough. Right, next up is the Lizard Semichisels Pack. This is by Alexa's Modding and Starter Modding. 32.22 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under cultivators. Now, this has got an 80 horsepower requirement for me tractor, 2.2 meter working width, and a 9 mile an hour working speed, and it's only going to cost you $4,000, which is not bad at all. You do have the option of row configuration, so you've got your GMS CHFF 2-22. That one, you can then go for a bit of a longer version, and then back to the original. So that's your two. All right, fair enough. There's too many letters in that name. You then got your plough shears colour, which is obviously going to be your plough shears. Now, obviously, 2.2 meter working width is going to be for your small farming shenanigans, but even that may be a little bit too small for some people. Well, they've got you covered, because they've got some bigger ones. So you've got the same sort of thing, but a 2.5 meter working width. That's going to require 90 to 100 horsepower from your tractor. So obviously go for the longer one. You're going to need more horsepower, fair enough. They've also got an even bigger one, a 2.7 meter. Now that hasn't got the option to extend it, so it's one and done on that one. But all right, fair enough. Then got the 3 meter giant of the pack, maybe. You've got the same options before. Obviously, that's going to be between 100 and 110 horsepower from your tractor. And then you have got the actual giant. The giant of the pack, 3.5 meter working width, is going to require 110 to 120 horsepower. And obviously, you got the option to change the plowshare colour. That being said, though, I mean, all right, 3 meter, well, 3.5 meter at the most. That's still all right, those, for your small farming shenanigans. Right, next up is the Schouten VT130 plus SP6834. This is by Hispano, 17.36 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it on the slurry tankers. Now, this has got a 13,000 litre capacity, 150 horsepower requirement from your tractor, and 11 mile an hour working speed for $58,000. You have the option to change the capacity up to 200,000. Obviously, I mean, 200,000 litres of slurry, the old stinky stuff, or your digestate, entirely up to you what you're using. That's going to last you a while, I must say. Now, you have got the old 3-point on the back, so you will need to hook up some sort of boom hoserage, whatever you're going for. You've got your main colour, which is going to be, do you know what, we'll go with green. It's going to do the main bits. Then you've got your design colour, we're going to go for blue. It's going to do those bits. And then your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. 200,000 litres of slurry, though. All right, fair enough. Now, if you do, obviously, you do need to have something on the back for this to be a spreader. It comes with something. The old Spider SP6834. 40 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 6.8 meter working width, and 11 mile an hour working speed. You've got the same colour options as before, more or less. So those are going to do that bit. And then, obviously, your design colour is going to do that bit. And they're going to cost you $10,000. That's not bad at all. Get some shooting on the go. But next up is Liquid Structure. This is by HT Modding, 1.7 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Changing Systems. Now, it's got a 25,000 litre capacity, 33.5 grand to buy, but you can change the capacity a touch. You can go up to 50,000 litres, 100,000, and then back to 25,000. So 100,000 litres. That is all right indeed. You got your design colour, which is obviously going to be those bits. And the design, it's a tanker. Let's go with black. Actually, it doesn't look that bad in black. I mean, I'd normally go for chrome, to be fair, because that looks awesome. But they may be thinking, said it's going to go in the charging systems, but what can it actually go with it? Well, the actual base game one. So if you come up to this bit in your option, in your shop menu, and you press right stick in, if you're on console like me, you're going to be able to put it on this, the old Annaberger HTS22B79. Obviously back that underneath, hook it all up, job's a good one. Next up is the Lizard Gooseneck Haymaster. This is by Agro Sketch, 5.87 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Baling Transport. Now, it's going to cost you 20,800 to buy. It's going to do 125 to 150 centimeter round bales, and you do have the option of auto load. But you may not want to go with that. You may want to go with the standard one. We'll come back to that in a minute. You do the option of chassis colour, which is going to be that bit, and then you got your rim colour, which is going to be your rims. Right, so back to the auto load issues that I've currently got. Now, obviously, it's gooseneck, hooks up to the trailer, hooks up to your vehicle. Great, no problem. You do have the option to Albion right stick left and right. It's going to raise the trailer up and down. Now, I've got these on. They loaded on perfectly. No problem with that. So if I wanted to go to a sell point, I'd have no issues just dropping them off there. But if I wanted to load them somewhere else, I now can't. Because I've got this unloading assistant on. So you've got there, LB and down on the D-pad, turn it on or off. Doesn't seem to be doing anything for me. So LB and Y, start unloading, stop unloading. We then put it back to how it is. Operating position, transport position, turn the assistant on or off. It doesn't seem to be able to... Well, it's not giving me any options to move the bales to any side. I mean, I could go and take these to a sell point, and then will be all golden. So we're going to take them to a sell point over here. But actually moving them somewhere else, yeah, that's a bit of an issue. There we are. It takes them straight off the trailer. That's not a problem. Alright, I'm not sure whether I'm doing something wrong or it's going to need an update. But alright, fair enough. Next up is the Piaggio Ape Plus. This is by Just Farming, 5.55 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under cars. Now, you may be thinking, haven't we got one of these in the base game? And you'd be right. But we've got a few different options on this one. It's got a mighty 3 horsepower engine, 23 mile an hour top speed. You're not going anywhere fast or pulling big things or taking big loads anywhere, but you know, a little bit of fun, fair enough. $5,500 to buy. You have the option on the back, so you have the standard loading bed. Then you got a tipper version, which is going to hold 1,600 litres. You then got a flatbed, as well, a standard flatbed, so you haven't got the side bits on, and you got back to the original. Now, this is an interesting one, I must admit, because it's a small horsepower engine. Right, and you're going to be holding 1,600 litres of stuff. Right, fair enough. So if we go back to that one, on the flatbed and the standard one, you do have the option to have a trailer hitch on the back. So that's fair enough. Then you've got your main colour, which is going to be, you know, we'll go over an orange. It's going to do the main cab. The interior colour is obviously going to be doing the interior. Now, I want to see what this looks like. Well, see how it feels once you got a full weight on the go. Right, so here we go. So we've got the full version. Well, I say full. We've got the loaded version. Then we've got an empty one. I mean, it's dropped down a little bit, I suppose. But, all right, fair enough. I mean, to be fair, it seems all right. I mean, it's pumping around a little bit. But, okay, fair enough. Now, we have got some neat options. Some neat, so we do LB and right stick up and down. I'm going to apologise because I do need a new controller. So if we do LB and right stick up and down, you can be moving that door. And now it's not, normally goes in reverse when I do one of the owl RB and up on the right D-pad. Alright, fair enough, is what it is. Right, so LB and right stick left and right is going to be doing, I said, a driver's door. I mean, they're both driver's doors. You've only got one person in it. LB and RB together and right stick up and down is going to be moving that mirror. LB and RB together and right stick left and right is going to be moving that mirror. LB and RB and left stick is going to be doing that. Fair enough. RB and right stick left and right is going to be opening that little window there on the passenger door. Well, we'll call it that anyway. And then RB and right stick up and down is going to be doing the little latch on there. I like that. That is alright. That's ace. Oh, I do like that. I mean, yeah, you're not going to get a lot of stuff done with this, to be fair. But if you've got a little... I mean, to be fair, it's a little bit bumpy. What about going over here on a bit of flat ground? Is this better? Nope, still bumping along. Maybe it's too heavy. But, oh, I like it. I like it a lot. Next up is the Rottne Forage Pack. This is by HR Force and Bale. 53.13 megabyte in the download. And you're going to find them under Forestry Forwarders. That's the name would suggest. So we got the F18D Clambonk, 278 horsepower engine, 12 mile an hour top speed. It's got a 20 ton winch. That's not bad, I must admit. You can change the engine setup. Actually, it's going to cost you 350 grand to start with. Then you can change the engine setup. I like that. No optional extras as we come straight in. That is all right indeed. You then go for a stage 1. So that puts it up to 365 horsepower. And then back to the 278. It's got 2 different versions. Then you've got your Nokian, BKT, Trelleborg, Michelin, Olesfors. And then back to Nokian again. Now, obviously, we've got the colour designs. You've got new or old. No, new one's better. Must admit. Windows, you've got standard. You've got tinted 1, tinted 2. And then back to stand again. Outdoor mirrors. Yes or no? All right, where's the... All right, okay. Fair. Well, if you're not driving down the road, then you're going to need something to look behind you. But all right, fair enough. Exhaust guard. Yes or no? Where's the exhaust? There we are, that side. All right, fair enough. Hood protection. Yes. Yes with extinguisher or nothing. I mean, if you're in the woods... chopping trees down, always better to be safe. Log leveler, yes or no? All right, fair enough, put that on the front. Then you've got your main colour. Wow. Now, I haven't got the unlimited colour mod turned on, so you can use any of these. Right, fair enough. We're going to go over that one, because why not? Then you've got your bonk colour, which is going to be the bonk. Well, I say the bonk. The upright support, so call it that anyway. The claw colour. We'll go with that one. It's going to do the claw on the crane. Then got your log leveler colour. That's going to be the one on the front. So we'll go for blue for that one. You then got your clambonk colour. Obviously, it's going to be the clambonk on the back. You got your Olesfors colour, if you'd gone for those. You then got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. Now, obviously, this is the clambonk version. There is standard forwarder. Got the crane on the back, got the bonk on the back. Job's a good one. Fair enough. Now, you've got the option on this one. You can have an attacher. You can have a traction winch. Yeah, 60 ton. 60 ton winch on this one, which is all right. That being said, back to that one, there's nothing that mentioned a winch on here, but it's on the back as standard. Yeah, on this one, you got to pick it as an optional extra, which is going to cost you 10 grand. All right, fair enough. Is what it is. Then you've got engine setup. So you've got your 278 horsepower. And your 365, the same as the previous version. Again, you've got your same tyre options as before. Chainsaw on the grapple. Now, this is a little different because you can actually have a chainsaw in the old claws of the crane. So you can just pick it up, chop the trees down, a bit like its own harvesting shenanigans. You got your colour, old and new as before. Windows as before. Outdoor mirrors, exhaust guard, hood protection, log leveler, main colours are going to be the same as before. Well, that's 60 ton winch. That is all right indeed. And the last mod for the day is the map StarValley. This is by Truck69, 298.06 megabyte on the download. And this has got 2 required mods, which is not bad at all with some of the things we've had recently. Right, fair enough. Now, if you come on New Farmer, you're going to be using 1,466 slots. And also, if you come on New Farmer, you're going to be owning a bit of land. So we've got this area in the middle, which is your main start farm. You also have Field 1, Field 3, 6, and 2, which are going to be grapevines. So if you're not interested in doing grapes, yeah, maybe sell them off. All right, fair enough indeed. Now, your start farm here has got... a very ornate house. I mean, you've got a dog at the front, which is all right, fair enough. Play a bit of catch with the dog, no problem. Up here is going to be your sleep trigger and your wardrobe trigger. Right by Grandpa, looking on you as you're changing your clothes, like some sort of pervert. But all right, we'll carry on. Over the road from the house is going to be a workshop trigger just for you. So obviously you pull your vehicle up, fix it all up, no problem. They're going to come around this way because... random people walking in around my farm. What's going on with that? They need to get out. Oh dear, oh dear. We're going to come around here. We've got a silo just there for you. It's a load in and load out. No problem. We're going to carry on round. We've got this little area here. So this is going to be for horses. So 9 horses going in there. Obviously, you're going to have your food going into that point. Then carry on around here. Got a bit of equipment stored under there. We'll come over this little hump like that. We've got another little... I mean, is this piles of stuff just laid on the ground? Alright, fair enough. Maybe we could use that for something else. A bit more equipment. Then you got a little bit of a barn over here as well. So we could have a look in here. Is there anything hiding in this barn? Let's have a little look. No, but oh, some bales. Are these real bales? Do you know what? Let's put the old help menu on. See if the old field information can tell us anything extra. Yes, they're bales. Alright, so it's fermenting at the minute, so leave those. That'll turn into silage. You then got some... Well, come on, there we are. So we've got some straw bales as well. Got a little skid steer. We've got here. Sugar beet bales. Alright, fair enough. Then we got some grass that's turning into silage. You then got some hay as well. Alright, so you got some stuff starting off. Well, that's a point. Now we've got our help menu on. Is this going to give us any clues? No, it's just a pile. Right, fair enough. Fair enough indeed. Now we have got a cow barn on our start farm. So we've got your milk taking out point just there. So animal dialogue box is just here. So that's going to hold 96 cows. So there's nothing in there right now. Alright, fair enough. So load some stuff in. Overgrown inside, I must admit. It's a little bit strange, but okay. I mean, yeah, I've got a feeding robot. Now, I've never gotten on with these feeding robots. Never really seemed to work for me, but, you know, you do you. Entirely up to you. You got your slurry taking out point just there. We'll come around here, and we got a bunch of people walking on my farm. Are you? Get off my land. Where are those random people just walking around my farmyard? Alright. Carry on. So we got another animal pen here. So this is going to be for your chickens. So that's going to hold, how many is that going to hold? 20 chickens going in there. So food goes in. And obviously you got your egg pallet spawn point down this side. And this is the shed. That opens up nicely. A little bit of storage in there. Got to handball some stuff in. Alright, fair enough. And then you got a bale and pallet storage just here. The one that you can't go inside. So fair enough on that one. We've also got a diesel tank just here. So this is going to hold 15,000. 15,000 litres of diesel. That'll keep you going, no problem. Then we got this bit here. You can open up. There's our barn. There's our equipment. To be fair, seems like a lot of equipment. And to be fair, there's an electric charging point. That is one of the required mods. So no problem on that one. And we'll come around here. We'll go over this nice bridge. Got this little dip in between. Alright, fair enough. We'll come over here and we've got a buildable garage. So obviously bring your products down, fix it all up. So first round can be wood beams, planks long and planks. Make yourself a garage. Alright, fair enough. Now, we're seeing quite a bit of equipment as we've been going around. So what do we actually start with on New Farmer? Well, we got the FarmTech EDK650, the Furman MRW K6000, the Grigor GL 8.4, the Horsch Maestro 2450 SV, the Hardy Mercury 4000L, the John Deere 6R250, the Young Heinrich EFG S50, the Collar Force Technic K307C H Plus Eco Flex, the Kubota SVL 97-2, the Massey Ferguson MF 8570, the Massey Ferguson MF 8570 header, the Massey Ferguson MF 8570 header trailer, the New Holland TK4 methane power, the Paladin Bale spear, the Paladin high dump bucket, the Provitis MP 122 Osea, the TMC Cancella TPM 140, the Voucher S286, and the Volvo FH Electric 330. Now, with that setup, to be fair, it's a lot different to what normally goes on. I mean, yeah, you got your Massey Ferguson harvester, but no problem at all. They really do want you to be doing the old grapevines, which is what you already own, which is not bad at all, on this hill here, which is all right. Now, you may be thinking, it looks a bit familiar. Well, the actual river system itself is basically the Riverbend Springs one, and they've changed up pretty much everything else. So the field layouts, yeah, they're just a little bit different. So if you think it's a little bit familiar, you've been here before, you sort of have, but you haven't at the same time. All right, fair enough. So we've got a few updates as well. So we've got Country Dairy by Alexander Tarasenko and Barney. We've got the map New Hope by David Merriman. Now it says you don't need a new save, but you do if you want to use all the new features. There's only 3 updates, so yeah, you probably do need a new save on that one. You got the Rolmeco Vibrostar U445 by JMZ. The Actisol Actimixed by AgriPoly Concept. The Agromaz SN301 pack by JMZ. The Wooden Garages and Workshops by Aggregati. The Placeable Signs by La Duran. The Pig Farm Building Package by Razak. The Dairy Production by Omatana. And the Planet Bonkers Silo Pack by Hispano.